So, hello all, welcome to Robinsive Training. It's a continued video for the course Advanced Network Exploitation Expert. Myself, Rikun Sindwad, and I will be your instructor for this entire journey. I hold over 5 years of experience in cybersecurity. I'm a red teamer at work. I also do security researcher and hold multiple CVs. Couple of articles are published over Pen Test Magazine, OSCP, OSW, and OSCP certified from Offensive Security. The course Advanced Network Exploitation Expert helps you to build core knowledge against network security and penetration testing. It is designed for everyone with the basic understanding for the cybersecurity domain, like basic networking and the basic pen testing things. An example would be anyone with the knowledge of CEH. Post completion of the course, you will able to gain core concept understanding over various topics, perform internal or external penetration testing, perform extensive network assessment, find security misconfiguration within Active Directory environment, able to do privilege escalation over Windows and Linux machines, write automation scripts, and many more to go. Please read the disclaimer before moving ahead with the course content. In the last video, we have seen that how LFI can be changed to RCE, and it was using the log poisoning. Means MySQL were logging something. Something was the queries that are being executed. You can also enter some random syntax error kind of queries that will come up with an error, and those error will going to be logged somewhere. And in order to understand where those files are being logged or not, then what you can do is you can try to read configuration file for the same. In the last to last session, we have seen that. Let me just quickly log in back. Something with the base 64 here. We are aware that PHP filter base 64, this wrapper can be used to get whatever the text is there, right? So possibly this came up with an error. Let me just try to fix it quickly. All right, this one here. We were able to read a particular file, that is admin settings.php. Instead of this, if we try to read /etc/mysql and then there is a my.cnf, it is the MySQL configuration. And if we able to read this particular file content, then we will also able to identify the path for the log and other things. So this file is for the configuration against the MySQL. Similarly, whatever the server application is being used, you can try to read the configuration files from the default location. And for MySQL, etc MySQL my.cnf is the default one. etc is a directory where all the configuration files are being stored for the system, for the software, and whatnot. So as we are able to read the content, let's try to base 64 decode. And if I scroll down, we can exclude all the hashes. I'm not sure if that is available here. Exclude something, subtract some, maybe grep. No, there is no grep as such, but no worries. We can grep for other than this particular hashed lines, right? So if I scroll down a little bit, possible little more, I might able to find the logging directory, and here we go. This is where my data is being logged. Other than this would be there, and however this is something comment. So if administrator or this application owner enable this feature, then you would able to read the particular content of this particular file. So that's being said, that was an additional information on top of that. And if you haven't watched that entire video, then I would recommend to head over to the last part, and that would help you to navigate to the same. Now we will going to learn another way to achieve the same functionality, to achieve the RCE from SQLite. So MySQL offers some privileges to you. And let's say for my current user, if I just type select let's say user open bracket close bracket, it will gonna list out what user is being logged in here. It says root at the rate whatever my machine IP address. Now, if the user is the privileged in this particular database, then we might have some additional privileges. A privilege is like file. The file privileges allow us to have read and write access to a particular folder or directory that we can have access to. What do I mean? Let's just take it practically. So I'll just try to list the privileges. So select, let's say user, comma, file underscore priv. There are other privileges as well from mysql.user. MySQL is a database and dot represent inside the database. I want to select a particular table and the table name is user. If I hit enter, root user have this file permission. All the root user has this file permission. What I can do is, let's say I can add a condition where user is equals to root. And that says that, okay, root user has this particular permission for all the different cases. The cases means if I add additional column here, I guess it's a host name or maybe the host. Yeah, host. So it says if anyone from the local host using root account connected, then they will going to have the file privileges. If anyone from the host b-box connected, then it will gonna have. If anyone from 127, that is a local host, again with the IP representative, then they will gonna have file permission. The percentage is a wildcard here, means anyone around the world try to connect using a root user and they will gonna have the permission to have this file kind of activity. So once we confirm that we have this file permission, what else we can do? We can try to write a particular file. So what I'm gonna do, I'll quickly type, let's say select. Again this time, let's use the PHP this time. PHP echo. Let me write here. Please subscribe. Closing the tag and should be good. Perfect. Now I want this to be selected and I want this to be dumped into. So into dump file and the file location. /tmp is a directory where everyone have access to. So let's write /tmp/rubensiv and let's hit enter. It says this query worked successfully and this file has been successfully written. Let's try to read that file by just using another function, that is load underscore file. And I want to read /tmp/rubensiv. I forgot the tag and here we go. This does contain a PHP code. Now, if we try to use this with the particular vulnerable parameter, that's here, /tmp/rubensiv. We go. It says please subscribe without any PHP tag. That means our PHP code is successfully evaluated. Instead of this please subscribe, I'll gonna replace it with one line shell one more time. So this is what we used last. Into dump file rubensiv.shell. There's an error. Okay, that's weird. Ah, my bad. I didn't specify the path actually. /tmp/rubensiv.shell. There's an error. Ah, select. Perfect. This worked. Now let's try to read that particular file. rubensiv.shell. And it successfully has this particular line of code. Now let's load that shell. Nothing happened, but if we add that additional parameter, so end cmd equals to id, this is where you're gonna able to execute your code. Who am I? Maybe it works. If I type IP space A, this is what the IP configuration shows. So you can have the RC with n number of ways. Just the condition is you have to upload your file. It can be image file, it can be any file. You should be able to upload your file. And once you're able to upload your file, everything is just a cake piece. Not just a file, you can inject your content into a file like log files and or any other, and that would also a lifesaver here. So yeah, this is something important to know. Other than this, you can navigate to gitbook.robansiv.in, and from where you can learn about SQL injection. So let's assume that you got an application with SQL injection as well as local file inclusion. Then you can chain both together to have a perfect RCE. SQL injection itself can allow you to have this RCE, but in some, there are some, let's say, prerequisites. If that is not fulfilled with the SQL injection, then you can use file inclusion to chain with SQL injection, and everything I have explained here in the nice and detailed way. You can navigate, try to read the code, what is telling. I have explained each and every lines of the code. If you scroll down, there are more, and the same case that I have just shown is what displayed here as well. So navigate, try to explore, and I'm sure you're gonna learn so many things by just exploring this particular site. So that's it. That's all for today. Hope you liked, and if you did, please comment below, and see you next time.